My name is Maggie McEvely, and I'm going to be talking about the role of culture in international business. I'm going to begin by introducing workplace cultures, followed by the study regarding low and high context dichotomy countries. I'll then discuss the importance of understanding different cultures and also share tips for generating effective communication. First, let's take a look at the role that culture plays in business. Though two companies may seem to be the perfect fit for one another, whether this be through a merger, acquisition, or a partnership, it's never as simple as that. It's not only about what each company produces or creates that will lead to a successful venture, it's also about how each organization operates internally. An organizational culture describes a business's shared behaviors, values, and beliefs. Is it a more casual or a more formal workplace environment? What is the relationship like between managers and employees? Does the staff collaborate on projects or is work individually done? All of these things, plus much more, make up this defining aspect of each corporation. AOL and Time Warner are two companies that most would expect to fit together perfectly, though their workplace cultures differ significantly. When the two merged in 2000, it became clear that those differences would make it difficult for the companies to come together successfully. AOL has a workplace environment that is more easygoing, where people work together and they often make quick decisions and implement them immediately, while Time Warner is the opposite. It's very slow in adjusting to change, making decisions, and they prioritize individual work as opposed to working together. Now, let's look at culture in a much larger, more international scale. Cultural anthropologist Edward Hall developed an approach about communicating with those from other cultures and how to properly decode messages in conversation. Though two people may hear the same message, they both may interpret something completely different, depending on their cultural norms and values. By categorizing countries as either low context dichotomy countries or high context dichotomy countries, people are able to understand the role that personal relationships play in different circumstances while communicating, making it easier to do so successfully and effectively. Examples of low context countries are Australia, Austria, Belgium, Britain, Canada, France, Germany, and New Zealand, while countries characterized as high context are Argentina, Brazil, China, Israel, Italy, Japan, Korea, Mexico, Spain, and Turkey. This study is an example of how to begin understanding specific cultures in communication settings in order to increase effectiveness of the conversation. This, in addition to learning about respectful practices and behaviors in that specific country, is crucial in this practice, but is just the beginning of creating a successful partnership. When it comes to international business, understanding and respecting the cultures of other countries is crucial in achieving successful partnerships. But it is equally as important to understand the cultures of the specific company and people as it is to understand other countries' cultures when conducting business internationally. A study conducted in the Management International Review in 2016 examined the extent of differences within each country and between each country in the United States, Brazil, France, South Africa, and China, and found that each country is actually a poor indicator of one's culture and values. Over 80% of differences in values were found within countries, with less than 20% of differences found between countries. Though it is definitely crucial to understand specific societal and cultural differences when working with individuals from other countries, it's also important never to assume that everyone from that area has the same values, beliefs, and expectations. It is, therefore, just as vital to research the specific company and, if possible, the specific individuals to gain a better understanding of how to work with others. In order to communicate effectively, especially in international business, it's most important to do your research. Begin to learn and understand not only about the country and its culture, but also about the specific company, the way the organization works, and about the people themselves. If possible, it's always best to meet in person when engaging with international business partners to avoid possible misinterpretations that can arise while communicating online or over the phone. It also allows for all individuals to get to know one another, which can only further develop these relationships. It's crucial to pay attention, not only to what people are saying, but also to what they're not saying. Notice as much as possible about the workplace environment, the formalities, and the nonverbal acts of communications in an effort to better understand the culture. The most important tip in communicating effectively in international business dealings may be to never assume. Don't assume that the way you think or act is the way that others do as well. Instead, take some time to listen and learn about those around you.